funded Mothers Against Racism, a nonprofit. And with 7/10 of a second, you have time to
play, and what a ball game.
But how about that
timeout that Monty Williams
biggest shot of his life? Crowder looking, throws it alley. Oh! Ayton puts it down! He puts it down! It's over!
And they're trying to say goaltending, but that's a live basketball. He can finish it.
Right, there is no goaltending on an inbound pass. You can catch it above the rim.
The officials going over to discuss it. There's been bottles being thrown from the court. But right now, the ruling on the floor was that the basket counted. What a perfectly executed play. Ayton guides it in beautifully.
What an incredible job by Monty Williams designing that play to perfection.
But there's time on the clock. And again, another great screen by Booker.
DeAndre Ayton, who was terrific tonight, 24 points, 14 rebounds, with the biggest shot of his life. That's just a perfect pass from Crowder. Absolutely perfect.
And just to reiterate, there's people in here saying that's goaltending. No, that's a live basketball. You can grab it and finish it. You can block it away. That's excellent execution and great awareness of the rule.
So the officials still conferring there's not been a definitive determination that the game is over.
Mike, I think they're looking only at how much time is on the clock.
This has been such a fun game to watch. Obviously, the replay stalling the momentum, but these two teams just getting after each other.
And remember, this came off of the free timeout that Monty Williams got because of the previous review. Without that review, without the free timeout, there's no way they get this type of quality shot.
And they don't run this type of play.
You can't, no.
They're going to put more time on the clock. The only thing, though, is that the Clippers don't have any timeouts. So even if they put 3/10 of a second, they've got to throw it the length of the floor and then get a shot off quickly, catch and shoot. The discussion continues with the referees at half court. But by that replay, there should be time put back on.
And remember, Mike, the difference between 2, 3, and 4/10 of a second is all huge.
3/10 of a second, you can catch and shoot. Can't do anything. Catch and shoot immediately.
And what a play and what a ball game.
But how about that pass from Crowder? I mean, Ayton.
Full body screen. And Batum, who's concerned about Booker popping, no switch, no nothing.
Look at it. It's been ruled good. Game clock, we reset that. 0.7.
But coach, you can do a 30 for 30 on it where the great Bill Belichick says, do your job. Everybody on that set play did their job.
So the basket officially counts. You hear the roar from the crowd, but they're going to put time on the clock.
7/10, Mike.
But if it started with 9/10, I always thought at least 3/10 had to come off on any inbound.
It absolutely should be less than 7/10 of a second.
But they have to go the length of the floor. No timeouts for the Clippers, although they obviously during the replay were able to discuss what they want to do.
But not able to substitute. So Cousins and Zubac should both be on the floor. There's no substitution.
I think the officials just checking one more time.
And even Monty Williams trying to take Ayton out. There should be no substitution either way.
Yeah, they've got to be the same 10 on the floor. So Craig ran out of the floor. Ayton was going to come out.
So Cousins and Zubac will have to be back in.
Yep. But right now they're on the Clipper bench.
I'm sure Scott Foster, after that Tim Duncan debacle in the finals where they were illegally subbed and it wasn't caught, they're going to be diligent about getting the right 10 on the floor.
Well, let's quickly ask Steve Javie on the substitution on this particular play. Steve?
Yeah, Mike, what they're doing is exactly right. They're looking and they're making sure that the 10 players that were on the floor at the time of the play have to be in the game right now. There cannot be any substitutions, as Jeff and you have said, and therefore they're taking their time to make sure nothing's going to be protestable here.
So Zubac and Cousins do now come back in. Scott Foster is going to come over and talk to us.
And one thing, if you're the Phoenix Suns right now, you have to pick up full court. You don't want to allow anybody to catch it and heave it.
But they're not putting anybody on the ball, which is always the hard decision.
Well, now they've got the right 10 players. Jackson will inbound. And with 7/10 of a second, you have time to catch, turn, and shoot.
And one thing to watch for.
But Batum was on the court on the defensive possession. He has to be on the court now.
And that's what Monty Williams was trying to point out.
He's telling his players, don't foul, don't foul. Jackson, Beverly, Zubac, Cousins, and Paul George. Scott Foster now back talking with the scores table.
When we watched the play, Batum was guarding Booker on the screen.
Yes.
So Batum needs to be on the court.
And that's probably what Scott Foster is looking at right now. As Steve Javie spoke of, the officials, that's what they're looking to make sure they have the proper 10 on there. But Batum right now is on the sidelines.
Which gives Ty Lue even more time to try to diagram something.
But one thing I wouldn't allow defending this possession when they do get the 10 guys on the floor. Paul George is exceptional at creating airspace and catching the basketball in traffic. I'd put 2 guys on him.
Now Batum's coming back on. Guys, as coaches, you work on these plays.
Yes, but not with these 5 guys, because Cousins and Zubac would never be on the floor together.
Especially in this situation.
Reggie Jackson's the guy that should not be on the floor, and he is right now the inbounder.
Well, the officials, it's taken a long time, but they've figured out exactly who should be on and who should be off.
And even after they're taking a long time, now Monty Williams puts Ayton on the basketball to disrupt the inbound passer.
But you're right, Mark. Like, Paul George is down there. Zubac is up here, so they're not going to guard him.
And they're doubling Paul George. Is the right play.
Batum looking to make the pass. Batum lobs it up. Pass, George has it. George fires away. No good. It's over. Suns win game 2.
Sure, Scott Foster, but there's time on the clock because it was in the deep corner.
Monty Williams with no timeouts or a short clock to design something.
And this is the first time they sent the double on the perimeter. Bridges got a good look.
That's a perfect look, and it just wouldn't go down. 7.8.
Patrick Beverly has been outstanding.
Suns fans,
That's why Devin Booker, Monty Williams takes him out of the ball game with 5 fouls. You don't want to pick up his 6 and eliminate him on the offensive end.
Now the Clippers are out of timeouts. Suns still have one. So even if the Clippers score, Phoenix with a chance to get it back and advance it. They throw it in the backcourt to George. And Bridges fouls Paul George, who just hit to advance
On the defensive end,
both teams. Huge free throws here for Paul George. Down the stretch, missing that free. This is another. Missed another, and they call timeout. Paul George misses a pair, and the Suns with a chance to win it with 7.8 remaining. Wow. And that was a long rebound. Bridges did a great job securing it.